Hi there, Linda Nenne here from Embodiment for Sensitive People. So I just want to riff on this thing that comes up a lot in sessions with clients and with students, and that is this feeling of carrying the burden of the world on our shoulders as sensitive people, or of carrying other people's emotions or troubles on our shoulders or in our bodies. And first of all, there is a way to move from that and into clarity around what is your responsibility and what is someone else's responsibility. And I think that this this habit of sort of taking on everything on your shoulders is actually a learned behavior. So what I've noticed in working with clients and also in my own practice is that a lot of us unsupported sensitive people have a history or a family background of maybe very enmeshed family dynamics. So that means that there is a lack of clarity in who is the parent and who is the child, and a lack of clarity in boundaries, what is okay and what is not, and maybe even a lack in what you as a child were capable, what information you were capable of holding. So it might be that already from an early age you were made to take responsibility for other people's emotional states. So that might be that if your caregivers were upset or angry or sad, you had to change your behavior to not make them even more upset, or that they came to you for comfort and support, which I think is an unhealthy pattern in parent-child relationship. And if that's the case, then slowly you started to create this behavior that it is your responsibility to carry all of these heavy things in life. And then as your your area of exploration or your life expands to include more information and more people, you start to carry more and more things on your shoulders. But there is a way to sort of reverse that process, to start to lift the burden off your shoulders and actually push back responsibility to where it belongs. And one thing to be very sort of aware of is this, that what I see often happens is that since we as sensitives are very, very empathic and have a tendency to on an intellectual level really understand why other people behave like they behave, we get into this loop of maybe we get to a point where we feel our own emotions, maybe our own sadness for not being supported, or anger for having to carry all of this burden through life. But instead of pausing at that place, we have a tendency to slide over it and into the understanding of why other people behave like they behave. So my sort of best tip on this is to pause in your own experience. Pause in your own experience and validate your own experience. And once you've moved through your own experience and really been with that and taken care of that inner child that maybe didn't get the support that it needed, you can still have empathy and understanding for other people's behaviors, but your experience comes first. There was something else I wanted to say about this, but it kind of slipped my mind. Let's see if I can catch it. Yes, so to give an example that that is very clearly speaking to this, is that let's say a friend calls you and this friend wants help to move a big sofa, a couch, from one room to another or from one apartment to another. And you say, of course, you want to help your friend. So you go there to help and you carry this heavy couch, this sofa, and you're supporting your friend to move that big piece of furniture. And then you put it down and maybe you have a cup of tea or a glass of wine and you have a chat, and that's that. And then eventually you go home to your place. But you leave the sofa there. You don't take the sofa with you as you go. You don't continue to carry the sofa after you put it down. But what I see is this tendency in us sensitive people that when it comes to supporting or being there for our friends, when it comes to emotions or mental health issues or energetic sort of heaviness, is that we don't give the responsibility back. We don't just sit there and have empathy and listen and then leave the thing there and go home. Instead, we sort of take all that heaviness and we carry it with us home to our own place. And then slowly over time, that might start to build sort of a sense of resentment towards the people that whose emotions or energies we carry. But really it is for us, for you as a sensitive, to practice to put down the burden and give back responsibility where it belongs. You can still have empathy. You can still be there for your friends and your family when they need you, if you choose to, but you don't have to carry it. And I know when you hear it, it might feel like it's an impossible thing to do, but it is possible. And I have a very simple practice that I'm going to share this week with my Embodiment for Sensitive People community. So every week I'm sending out emails with a short practice that's related to my YouTube videos. So if you want to take part in those practices, you can follow the link below and you can sign up for my community list, and you will get weekly practices on how to really support yourself in your sensitivity so that your sensitivity becomes your superpower instead of a cause of pain and suffering and a burden. So that was it for this week. You can subscribe to my channel if you want, if you like these videos, give me a thumbs up, or if you have any reflections or thoughts coming up or questions, put them in the comments below, and if there are questions coming, I can answer them in my next video. Okay, much love.